resistance. Sugar can damage the insulin receptor sites on cells, causing them to not work as well as they should. This makes it harder to get the glucose into the cells to use as energy. The body, sensing it needs more glucose in the cells, puts out more insulin to try to compensate. Increased risk for type 2 diabetes. Eventually, the compensation can't keep up, and a person's blood glucose levels rises. There is a continuum of dysfunction until a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes can result. High insulin levels are inflammatory and can also create a host of other issues. Increased body fat obesity. An increase in belly fat increases risk of chronic disease like heart disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. Increased free fatty acid accumulation, which can have negative effects on blood lipids, triglycerides, and cholesterol. Leaky gut. Excess sugar feeds the bad bacteria like Candida in the gut and can lead to an imbalance in the gut bacteria. Dysbiosis, or an overgrowth of bad bacteria, is inflammatory and contributes to leaky gut and a cascade of mental, digestive, and systemic health issues over time. Increased risk for certain cancers. Sugar feeds cancer and excess sugar intake. Poor blood sugar control and increased insulin production increases your risk for certain cancers. Increased inflammation, which is the precursor for all chronic disease. Adrenal stress. The effect on destabilizing blood sugar levels creates fight or flight response, which creates a stress on adrenal function. Cell damage. Damage to the cells in your body, which lowers your cell's ability to communicate properly with each other. Sugar reacts with proteins in the body and damages them and their ability to function properly. Increase in dental cavities. Cardiovascular health issues negatively affects brain health. Did you know that we now call Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes? How much sugar is too much? Keto is Life TV.
What is up, y'all? What is up? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Today we are talking about the biggest lie is that type 2 diabetes is chronic and progressive. That's the biggest lie. I argue with people all the time saying, man, I'm type 2 diabetic and I'm going to be diabetic no matter what. No matter what I do, I'm going to be type 2 diabetic. And I'm here to tell you it's a lie. The biggest lie is that type 2 diabetes is chronic and progressive. And you cannot beat it because you can. You can. I am a proven fact today that you can't beat diabetes, right? I know I always show these pictures, but these are the pictures that I got in my office right now. And here I am with my wife. Here I am 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years. I lost a total of 98 pounds. The last thing I had was type 2 diabetes. I lived with high blood pressure, depression, anxiety, so many different things I lived with for many years. And guess what? Today, I'm a new person and I dropped 98 pounds. And so is my wife. My wife dropped a lot of weight too. My wife at one time was a 16 and 18. Today, my wife's in a 9 and 10. And man, it's an amazing lifestyle. And how did I do that? Well, I did it with the keto lifestyle. That's how we did it, with the keto lifestyle. And today I'm a keto coach. I also did it with intermittent fasting, thanks to Dr. Jason Fung. Make sure you go look him up, Dr. Jason Fung. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, Keto is Life TV. Keto is Life TV. Thank you for whoever's joining me right now on TikTok. Thank you for who's joining me on Facebook. Really appreciate y'all. I don't have a lot of people on here. People like to intend to see stuff that's not going to help them. I guarantee you if I did something negative, like if I came and said, you know what, y'all should eat all this bad food. Y'all should eat all this sugar. Y'all should eat this way. I would have tons and tons of people on here. But I'm not going to do that. I'm on here for one purpose and one purpose only, to help people. That's what my purpose is, to help people. Now, God help me. I did not know it was going to be a calling, but here I am, and it's a calling. I feel good when I do these shows. And I'm here to tell you, the biggest lie is that type 2 diabetes is not chronic and progressive. Let me tell you what happens. When you continue seeing the doctor, when you continue going to see the doctor and everything, have you ever heard a story saying, oh, I went to go see the doctor and the doctor gave me this medicine and then I'm off this medicine. I ain't got to worry. I never heard a story like that. I've heard story, doctor gives me this medicine then works, so doctor's giving me stronger medicine, and now I cannot see out of one of my eyes, and now I'm almost blind. And I know this for a fact. I know this. I see this every day. I got personal friends that are almost blind because of diabetes. I got personal friends that had a stroke because of diabetes and learned how to walk from one side. I wish they would have listened to me. I really wish they would listen to me. But even after listening to me, you have to listen to you. See, a lot of times I can tell you, hey, you know what? We're going to go on this mission. We're going to do it together. We're going to go on this journey. We're going to do it together. We're going to do it together. But I'm not around you 24/7. And people are always going to do what they want to do. No matter what, people are going to find excuses to cheat and to do what they want to do. Now, how do you beat diabetes? I know people right now that had diabetes for more than 20 years, more than 30 years. My sister has left a little bit of the sugar, but she still can't leave all the sugar alone. Why do you think? Because it's an addiction. That's what it is. It's an addiction. It's a terrible addiction. It's 8 times stronger than cocaine. Can you imagine it being 8 times more stronger than cocaine? It's all on Google. It's all on everything. Look for the information yourself. It's there, you know? But how do we defeat this monster? You have to do whatever it takes. You have to do the hardest things. You know, I told somebody last time, I said, you know what? When you go to Whataburger, because they say, man, I love Whataburger. When you go to Whataburger, throw your bread away. Throw my bread away? Oh, well, can I just get wheat bread? No. Throw your bread away. Oh, well, the doctor said wheat bread is okay with me if I'm diabetic. You see why you're still diabetic? You see, before I go further talking about the doctors and stuff, let me go and play some real quick for y'all. Where's it at? Right here.
Attention, my advice is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any health problems. I am not a doctor. I just show you what worked for me. Let's begin the show.
So, no matter how long you've had diabetes, if you had diabetes for 20 years, if you had diabetes for 30 years, for 40 years, and you're type 2, guess what? I am smiling because I know I can help you defeat it. I know I can. I know for a fact I can. And the thing is, even though I have the formula, I can show you how to beat diabetes, you're still not going to do it. You're still not going to discipline yourself to beat it. It's not easy. It's hard. It's the hardest thing. You know, because so much goes with it. You know, the keto lifestyle works amazingly. The reason why, because you stay off your glucose, you know? And when a person becomes diabetic, it's because they're using all their insulin up. Now, I'm not talking to type 1 diabetics. I'm not talking to type 1 diabetics. I'm talking to type 2 diabetics. If your stomach's sticking out like mine used to, I never was able to go all the way like over here. My stomach was pretty big. I'm not lying. It was probably like right here. So it would like jam me, you know? Then you're type 2 diabetics. When they tell you have fatty liver, all fatty liver means is that you're probably pre-diabetic, and before I know it, you're going to be diabetic. You know? So how do you defeat this monster? You defeat it by not using so much of your insulin. Now, how do you do that? You start using your fat for fuel. See, right now you're using all your glucose. That's what you're using. Everything, which is not energy. But when you start using your fat for energy, then you start dropping weight. Then you start doing that. And how does that happen? Well, that happens about what you're eating, what you're putting into your body, how many vegetables you're taking in your body, how much carbs you're staying away from. You know, the other day I had a question come in on TikTok, and she says, "Hey, by the way, I'm doing 50 net carbs. No, 50. She just said 50 carbs. She didn't say net carbs. I know that's what she probably meant. I'm doing 50 carbs. Am I doing keto yet?" And I said, well, what I tell people when I coach people, I tell people, you know what? Start out with 45 to 50 net carbs for the first 2 to 3 weeks. And then after that, gradually get yourself to 20 net carbs. When you're doing 50 net carbs, then you're actually doing a low carb. It's different. And low carbs work. But whatever you're doing, it's going to work because at least you're not doing that same thing you were doing before. But the reason why I push the keto lifestyle, because it's amazing. It's simply amazing. And it never stops working. It's going to work 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from now. It's going to work. It's going to work. Now, guys, I have so much energy. I always have the same energy. Like, it's crazy. You know, I have that energy level. I don't have that. I remember when I was when I was type 2 diabetic and when I was going through all that, man, I would fall asleep on the couch like all day, you know, and just a lot. My body's different. The way I act, the way my brain works. Just the clarity of my brain. Here I am, like, I was telling my wife the other day, babe, you know what? We need to go get a truck. Let's get a, keto truck. Let's do this. Let's go. I'm telling her all this, right? And she says, babe, slow down. You got too many things going on. We got to make sure we make the right moves. And I said, you know what? You're right. But we're going to do it. Now, during the time that I'm not saying I've never been a hustler, because I've always hustled since I was a little kid. Like, I grew up in a poor family and everything. So I had to work at a young age and do whatever I had to do to make money. Right. But what I'm saying is now, with the energy and the clarity of my mind, I'm like this. You know what, babe? Hey, why can't we buy houses? Why can't we do this? Why can't I have a certification for this? Why can't I do this? Why can't I open this business? Why? There's no reason why not. You can do whatever you want to do in life. Whatever. Nothing is going to stop you but you. I do motivational speaking. Y'all be hearing one in a little bit. Thanks to Les Brown, another awesome person. So these are people I look up to. But man, y'all need to add me on TikTok at Keto Coach. Y'all need to add me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Keto is Life TV. And you're watching me right now on YouTube because all my videos go to YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube right now, hit that bell. I guarantee you, I'm going to help you with your health or with your life. With everything, I'm going to show you how to become your own boss. I'm going to show you how to work for you. I'm going to show you all that, And so, but what happens, when I dropped all this weight, at one time I told my wife, I said, babe, is it going to be my time? And she goes, what do you mean your time? I said, is God coming for me? Because I feel so good. I got energy like you wouldn't believe. I mean, a lot of energy. I don't know what to do, rather run around and do jumping jacks. I mean, I work out every day. But it's, what is it? And she goes, no, it's not that. It's good to have energy. It's the way you're eating different now. And it's like, yeah, you know what I am? I'm disciplined. I don't only do the keto lifestyle. I do intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting is another level. Sometimes people come to me, hey, Free, teach me about intermittent fasting. I'm like, you know what? I can't coach you on that until you learn the keto lifestyle, until you learn that. Why? Because they go perfect together. And so intermittent fasting is like keto lifestyles right here. Intermittent fasting is like to another level, and it's the best. They're both the best, And so I discipline myself. I do 20 hours every day. Listen to me. 20 hours every day. Now, what does that do for me? What that does for me, I stay off my insulin. I'm using tons of fat for fuel. My liver is spotless. My liver's clean, right? I take care of me all day. I drink lots of water. Lots of water. And maybe not even as much as I should drink. I should drink a little more, But the keto lifestyle is amazing. But people make excuses because they just can't do it. I hear it all the time. Oh, I can't do it. I like to drink. Then drink. I'll tell you what to drink. You can't drink Budweiser and Bud Light and all that, but you could probably drink, was that Corona Premier? Got less on carbs. My wife drinks, what is it called? Baby, if you're on here, answer that, please. That White Claw. So she drinks White Claw. She drinks another one, right? So you could make excuses all day about why you can't do keto and why you shouldn't do keto, and you heard this and you heard that. But honestly, if you want to beat any health problem you have, go for it. Go for it. My biggest deal was it was never because I was big. Truly's. It was never because I was big. It was because I was sick, But I noticed when I started looking at the pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't be this big, I remember, and it was like a awesome day for me. Look, I remember falling in tears already, but I remember an awesome day for me. When I was cleaning out my closet and I was noticing some pants that were size 42. Some others were 44. And I was noticing these pants, dress pants. And I picked them up, and these pants were this big, way bigger than me. But I used to be that person that used to fit into these pants. And I have the stories where I remember I wore this. Look, I have this poncho. Thanks to she's like family. So I work at sports bars, and I was working at a sports bar. So thanks to Yolanda. So she got me a poncho, a Texans poncho, right? She got it for my birthday years back, around that time. So like about 3.5 years ago. This poncho was huge on me, like huge. But I remember wearing it to the Texans game, and it was, the stomach was there, So I came a long way. I've came a long way, man. Guys, I've came a long way. When I could have thrown in the towel, I didn't. I wiped my sweat off and said, we're going to do this, Free. We're going to do this. We're going to have to work hard, but we're going to do this. Today, I don't have type 2 diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have asthma. I don't have digestive problems. I don't have overweight problems. I don't have problems where I don't have no energy. I don't have problems. I don't have no problems. I don't have no skin problems. I don't have no problems. How did I get there? I got there because I worked hard. I'm here because I still work hard every day. I never forget why I started. Every time, there's not a day where you could say, man, I'm going to slack off. I'm at the weight where, guess what? I can go eat this kind of food. I can go eat this Whataburger. But why? Why? When I started dropping all this weight in the very beginning, Mom was like, mijo, now you could eat tortillas, now you can eat that. No, Mom. Why? Why? So I can get back where I was at? No. I'm happy eating the low-carb tortillas, eating the nopale tortillas. I'm happy for that. I'm happy that I can enjoy myself with all this delicious keto food. I got the #1 selling cookbook. Look, guys, if y'all ain't seen it, go pick it up. #1 selling cookbook. The Truth, Keto is Life. The book is all in color, and it has recipes for everything. If you want Chinese food, you got a recipe for Chinese food. You want Asian food, if you want Thai food, if you want Indian food, if you want soul food, if you want hamburgers, wings, if you want Persian food, whatever you want, it's in this book. So I did not want to just Italian food. I got a few Italian dishes. I did not want to come on here and it got a lot of easy meals. It has everything. I did not want to do this book. Me and my wife did this book. We didn't want to do this book knowing that we are going to leave something out. We did this book and we did an amazing job on it. And it also has my story on it where it can, I'm going to show you a page right here. Watch. Let me show you. So look. There's that poncho I was telling you about. That's that poncho I was telling you about. So my story, just my story by itself can help you, can change your life. Look, that's me in the hospital. That's me in the hospital right there. I am recently fixing my credit because the only bad credit I had was owing these doctors. And I ain't ashamed to say it because I'm fixing my credit, But I owe these doctors, because I couldn't afford them. But I was always at the doctor. And what was the doctor doing for me? What was the doctor doing for free? Nothing. The doctor takes care of the symptoms, never the disease. I remember like if it was yesterday. This is the doctor telling me. I said, oh my God, what can I do? I like to eat certain foods. I don't want to be diabetic. This is the doctor telling me, and I'm sure you heard this before if you're diabetic or if you know somebody's diabetic. This is what they told me. You have to exercise and you have to eat right. You have to exercise and you have to eat right. Well, what is that? Then they put you in a room with a nutritionist, right? And then they tell you, well, you want to stay away from the white food, but you can have this. You could have this whole wheat. You could have oatmeal. You can have that. Well, oh my God, all that's bad for you. All that still carries sugar. Why can't ever a doctor tell you, you know what? Delete sugar out your life. Go home and get that sugar out your house. No, they can't do that. They can't do that. Now, I'm not trying to knock the doctors because they're there for a reason. They went through a lot of school and they did everything. But I'm here to tell you, a doctor never defeated Free's diabetes, his type 2 diabetes. A doctor never did that. I remember I never wanted to get to the insulin, but I had to poke myself to see where my sugar was at, right? And I poked myself and I was like, man, it's kind of high. And then I poked myself. And then as I started doing the keto lifestyle, see, I didn't know nothing about the keto lifestyle, but I fell in love with the keto lifestyle. But then I poked myself with that, like, whoa, what? I need to stop poking myself because I'm no longer type 2 diabetic. And I knew that because I ain't taking in sugar. I am not taking in the devil. I do not take sugar in my body whatsoever. So how? You explain to me, how am I going to be type 2 diabetic? You cannot be type 2 diabetic if you're not taking in no sugar and you're watching what you're eating and you're not eating nothing that has sugar, like bread, like sweet bread, like pasta, like, different stuff like that, like tons of tortillas and chips and all that. I am not eating that. So guess what? I'm no longer diabetic. I'm no longer this. And when I went to the doctor said, this is a doctor said, Mr. Patino, you have high cholesterol. But it's amazing where your numbers are at. You have did good, but I have high cholesterol. When he said I had high cholesterol, I smiled and I said, I would never, ever see y'all again. Ever. So, man, it's amazing. My life is amazing. If you would have told me, Free, at 50, you're going to feel better than when you were at your 30s, I would have said, you're crazy. But I feel better now at 50 than when I felt on my 30s. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? And I bet y'all like, 50? Free, you're 50? Yes, I'm 50. And when you delete sugar out your life, everything changes. Everything. I got a little gray on me, but I don't feel gray. I feel good. I got a young wife, I feel good. I feel good, man. It's an amazing lifestyle. It don't stop being amazing, So I'm talking to all the type 2 diabetics out there. If you need my help, you call me 832-715-2557. Go pick up my book, The Truth, Keto is Life. If you miss desserts and you are type 2 diabetic, or you have high blood pressure, or you have fatty liver, or you just overweight, whatever it might be, and you miss eating treats, desserts, whatever, go to sugaristhedevil.net. This right here is my cake mix. We have some awesome baking mixes online. The Truth. Oh, no, that's my book. So sugaristhedevil.net. That's what it is. Sugaristhedevil.net. So what's up, y'all? Y'all have any questions? If y'all have any questions, let me know. And make sure you share my video. Please share my video. Please share my videos. I'm getting. There it goes. Focusing. Please share my video, guys. Please share my videos. And you're going to watch my video later on YouTube, Keto is Live TV. And where we at? We're at 26 minutes. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and I'm going to jump off. And if you have any questions after I'm off, just give me a call. 832-715-2557. Guys, I'm on here for a reason, to help you beat the beast. Diabetes can kill you. I'm telling you right now, if you're type 2, diabetes can kill you. And if you do not change, it's going to kill you. That's what it does. It's what it does. My dad died in 95. I seen other friends pass away, having strokes. Think about it. If you have type 2 diabetes, you already don't feel good. You already hate life. I don't know how somebody likes poking themselves. I never got to that point where I had to poke myself with insulin. When they told me I was type 2 diabetic, I was terrified. I was so terrified. But people, and see, I'm on a lot of pages, right? If you go to my Facebook, you could find me under Keto is Life. Keto is Life. Or you could find me under Sugar is the Devil. So Keto is Life or Sugar is the Devil on my Facebook. Well, there's this page, and it's called Diabetics Living the Diabetic Life, or whatever it is, right? So the guy is cut, right? And he's watching, he's going to know I'm talking about it. But the guy is cut, right? Older guy. He's probably a little older than me, or a lot older than me. I'm not sure. But he's cut. But he still has type 2 diabetic. He's still type 2 diabetes. Why do you think? Because the other day I was looking at something, and it shows when he was still drinking a Coke. Still drinking that. You see, people, they want it, but then they don't want it. How do you beat diabetes? You have to delete sugar out your life. There's no way around it. You have to. You have to. You have to change the way you eat. So I know two people, and I always tell you, but I know two people right now that one's like a gym rat, always in the gym, lifting weights, always in the gym, always jumping jacks, everything, right? And the other one, she's at CrossFit. She's into CrossFit. Nice body, everything. Well, she has anxiety, and he has type 2. Why do you think? Because you cannot take care of the disease by just doing exercise. It's going to help, but it's not going to take care of the disease. If you think you could eat bad and eat all these carbs and eat all this bad stuff and eat all this sugar and go to the gym and you're going to defeat what's wrong with you, then you're wrong, because it's not going to happen. And if it does, more power to you. But your body is unbalanced. Just because your body looks cut up and looks good and probably better than mine doesn't mean that you are healthy from the inside. Why do you think somebody gets anxiety? Why do you think somebody gets anxiety? Why do you think somebody gets epilepsy and stuff like that? Yes, it runs in the family and all that stuff, but it happens because your body is not balanced. Your brain is not balanced. You know, all this sugar that you're putting into your body is not good for you. And it's not only the sugars. We're talking about the oils, the oils that you use, but that'll be another show. That'll be another show. So right now, if I can give y'all any tips, my tips for you are these right here. Change out the oils that you are cooking with, that you are eating with. Sometimes people say, man, you know what? I did my wings in the air fryer, but they're fried still. Like they did their wings in the air fryer, but they still put flour on them and everything, right? And they think they're doing something good. Well, you're actually not. What you can do, hey, I did not put flour in my wings, but I cooked them in avocado oil. Marvelous. That's perfect. That's perfect. Because you're not taking in all that flour and all that other stuff. But people don't know that. People think, man, you know what? You could eat that much oil and still be healthy? Hell yes. You could drink the oil and be healthy. But you have to drink the right oil, which is olive oil, avocado oil, real butter, coconut oil, even old lard, manteca, bacon grease. You could eat. This is all better than vegetable oil, than canola oil, than sunflower oil, than there's some other ones out there that are not good for you. Why do you think when you go to the store and you see an oil this big, 99 cents, $1.99, and you get it, there's one that says 1, 2, 3, and you get it 1, 2, 3, you're gonna have something wrong with you. You're sick, right? So you get this oil because it's cheaper, but you're consuming that. You're putting that in your body. So that's one tip I'm giving y'all. Change the oils out in your house, and I guarantee you, your body will change. Your mind will change. You will start feeling a lot better. A lot better. Number 2, change out the fruit that you eat. See, a lot of people, they eat watermelon, they eat pineapple, they eat that, and they might have some benefits for you, but they still have tons of sugar. So the sugar is going to outnumber the benefits it has for you. But what you can have is the berry family. Blueberries, raspberries, berries, Those are good. Those are good. Strawberries. Those are real good for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to eat strawberries right now. Those are really good for you. Change out your fruit. Okay? So we're at number 2. Number 3, change out your milk. Your milk. Because milk, the stuff it has in it, it causes problems. It causes inflammation. It causes the fat. It causes a lot of problems with you. Even if you're giving it to your kids, it's bad. My kids do not drink milk. If they want milk, they drink almond milk. Almond milk. We got almond unsweetened milk, vanilla flavor. It's delicious. And it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you whatsoever. Number 4, start taking out the bread. You can get sola bread. Change out your bread for sola bread. You could change out your tortillas for low carb tortillas, which is the I can't think of the brand, but if you go to my videos, you can see one of my videos, and change it out really good. And change out your pasta for different things that you can enjoy yourself with. The other day I made some Chinese food and I used zero pasta, and they're like Chinese. They smell real bad, but you got to wash them, rinse them out really good, and you can eat them. But they're good. You just got to know how to cook them, and you can learn how to cook them, recipes off my book. But when you do this, I guarantee you, it's going to help you tremendously. It's going to help your life so much. If you have high blood pressure, your blood pressure is going to go down. If you have whatever you have, it's going to help you because these are things that help you in your life. Number 5, get that sugar out your house. Get the sugar out your house. I know it's an addiction, but get it out your house. And what you can do, you can replace it with Lakanto, monk fruit, Lakanto monk fruit that you can pick up from Amazon. It's a red, and when I tell you it tastes like sugar, I haven't had sugar for a long time, but just taste it. But when you taste it, don't taste it with the intentions knowing that it's something different. Taste it with like you saying, man, this is a different type of sugar. It's going to be good sugar. It's sugar, though. If you have to call it sugar, but it's not sugar. It's a sweetener made from a plant that's not going to hurt you, but going to help you. And those are my tips for you. Hey, shout out to Jay. What's up, bro? It's been a long time I ain't seen you here. So these are my tips for you guys. And a lot of the stuff you can pick up and you can find in my book. You can find it in the book, The Truth, Key to His Life. If you need to reach me, 832-715-2557. We're at 35 minutes, guys. I want to play something for y'all real quick. And then after that, I'm going to jump off. But let me see what I'm going to play for y'all right now. Let me see. What sugar is really doing to your body? Let's go.
Sugar addiction is a real problem. However, I've noticed that a lot of people don't seem to realize that every time they ingest sugar, or any food containing sugar, what they're actually doing is poisoning themselves. Over and over again, research has proven that sugar is more addictive than cocaine, and that every time you eat a chocolate bar or take a super sweet Starbucks coffee, you increase the likelihood of you developing one of these many diseases: cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, obesity, and much, much more. So, in this video, I'm not only going to discuss sugar addiction and the damage it does to your body, but practical steps to help you break this deadly addiction. We've always been told that sugar has many negative effects, both for the body and mind. Weight gain, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease are among the major complications of chronic consumption of excessive sugar. But how's this addiction established? According to Dr. Robert Lustig, a pediatric endocrinologist who's best known for his work promoting anti-sugar diets, sugar in the forms of sucrose and fructose is like poison due to its negative effects on the neurotransmitter systems of the body. This addiction can be explained as a cycle, perpetually becoming stronger and stronger every single time we ingest and consume sugar. When sugar is consumed into the body, blood sugar levels spike, releasing high amounts of opioids and dopamine in the brain, which gives you a tremendous satisfying sensation. This process is called reward. Meanwhile, acetylcholine levels, that's another neurotransmitter, are diminished, a process which intervenes in tolerance. After this, high levels of insulin are produced by the pancreas to decrease your glycemic levels, which results in a rapid fall. This causes immediate fat storage by the cells to occur. The cycle continues with the craving for more sugar to replenish its loss, along with a displeasurable sensation. With time, your body will increase the amount of sugar you consume in order to increase the release of opioids and dopamine levels that are giving you that same satisfying sensation you had in the beginning. This whole cycle leads to compulsive eating and binging, making this addiction even more difficult to break. As stated before, chronic abuse of sugar is proven to lead to some pretty serious diseases. Type 2 diabetes is the best example of one of the negative side effects of this addiction. Consuming high amounts of sugar leads to massive production of insulin by the pancreas. After several years of over-consuming sugar and overproducing insulin, the pancreas begins its degenerative process, diminishing the insulin levels you produce. Due to this, higher and higher levels of glycemia presence lead to the appearance of type 2 diabetes and its complications. Normally, the liver turns sugar into fat, storing it. But with this condition, the excessive storage of sugar leads to a disease called fatty liver, which results in the dysfunction of every liver process. With time, high amounts of sugar in the bloodstream will affect the vascular system, leading to high blood pressure and heart disease. A common complication of diabetes is diabetic neuropathy, a condition that results in the damage of small blood vessels that nourish nerves, which leads to a series of symptomatology that can conclude with an amputation. But the complications of sugar addiction don't only affect the body, they also affect the mind. When high levels of blood sugar are stored by the cells, opioids and dopamine levels also fall, producing a severe sensation of fatigue and displeasure. This feeling can lead to abnormal behavior that can only be countered with the consumption of higher and higher levels of sugar. I know this is a lot of information to take in, but I want you guys to know the harmful effects you're doing to yourselves every time you take sugar. We can live and thrive without sugar. Our ancestors did. But today, sugar is in everything we eat. The multi-billion-dollar food industry doesn't want you to give up sugar. Their sales depend on it. That's why they sneak sugar into everything, labeling those foods as low-fat or free from artificial flavors. Although those statements might be true, they're simply masking sugar-laden products with a false claim that they're healthy and good for you.
Hidden sugars.
For example, from just one serving of iced tea, you'll end up with nearly 9 teaspoons of sugar. A single cup of 245 milligram low-fat yogurt contains about 12 teaspoons of sugar, and for all you coffee lovers, a flavored coffee drink can contain as much as 25 teaspoons of sugar. That's shocking, right? So, if you want to overcome this addiction, here are a few things you can do.
Sugar is the devil. First, it'll destroy the inside of you, and then it'll destroy the outside of you.
So don't let it destroy you. Hey, guys, really appreciate y'all. Shout out to Never Basic. Never Basic, go visit her store. She has some awesome fashion clothing over there, so make sure you go visit her store. Shout out to Lydia Buys Houses. Me and my wife do buy houses, so if you have a house in mind that you want to sell, give us a call. 832-947-4997. Shout out to sugaristhedevil.net. If you miss treats, we ship all around the United States. If you're in Katy or in Houston, guess what? You can come over and pick up. And shout out to The Truth Key to His Life. The cookbook, make sure you go pick it up. And Amazon, #1 selling Amazon right now, 5 stars. Go find out why it's 5 stars. Appreciate you guys. Y'all be blessed. If y'all need to reach me, 832-715-2557. To the next video, God bless.
Sugar is the devil. Keto is life TV.